crazy twitch in my eye today. It's been great. It's been fun. Let me just say there's so much to talk about that it's overwhelming. There's so much shit going on that it's overwhelming. And I know we were going to talk about drones and orbs, and we are going to talk about that. But I had someone share a video with me earlier. Actually, like 5 people tagged me in this video about the Pope opening these doors, okay? And you know, if y'all have been following me any length of time, then hopefully you know that oh wow, I just completely screwed myself over right there. Okay. That I really sit and watch before I ever say anything about, okay, this or that or blah, 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 blah. Because when I was younger, I was a knee-jerk reaction person. Like, I was a yeller. I mean, all of the Irish came out, you know, like the crazy redhead. That was me. So I got to looking up because I don't believe in coincidence. Not only do I not believe in coincidence, but I also am a very symbolic person, okay? So I keep seeing all these videos about the Pope opening these sacred portals. Now, I do air quotes around that, okay? Because he's technically not opening a portal, and he's not even opening 5 on the same day. So when I did some research about it, and this is what I kind of want to talk about first, because there's a lot of interesting things that are happening with the Holy Door opening. First of all, this has to be a Mandela effect, because I don't remember this ever being a thing. I don't remember ever hearing about the Pope opening these doors starting on Christmas Eve. I don't. And I've been a large-scale TikTok creator for 4 or 5 years now. And completely on the conspiracy theory side of TikTok, okay? I don't remember this, okay? Maybe my brain is just blocking it out. But I don't remember this, okay? So he's not opening portals. Everybody keeps putting out videos that he's opening sacred portals. That's not the case. He's opening holy doors. Apparently, this has been done since 1423. First of all, that's an odd year to start. That's an odd year to start. If this is done every let me see here. 25 years, I think it is. 25 years. Why start on an odd numbered year? Why not start on like a 0 or a 5? Like, I don't understand that. Okay, I see one says 23, one says 25. It's just weird to me, okay? And I'm more apt to believe the 23 than, well, no, I'm more apt to believe the 25, because if this is supposed to spring in 2025, that would track. But he's opening one door on Christmas Eve, and then I'm going to read to you the other ones that he is opening, okay? Because I pulled up this article. This is from Bozeman Daily Chronicle. I don't know where this paper is from, but Pope Francis will open the Holy Door of St. Peter's Basilica on December 24th. He will then open the Holy Doors at the major basilicas of St. John on the 29th, St. Mary on January 1st, St. Paul outside the wall on January 5th. Now, the one that this didn't mention is that on the 26th, he is opening a door at a prison. That is the first time that is happening. Now, the prison thing is interesting to me because it's talked about twice in the Bible. Actually, it's talked about once. It's talked about in Revelations, but it's also talked about earlier in the Bible. And Jesus kind of wipes out talking about opening a prison door. but the prison door is mentioned in Revelations. And so I got to thinking, I'm like, that's really odd. First of all, why 5? Okay, why 5? Why not just one? Why not just one? Maybe open one every 25 years? I don't know. But I love me some Chat GPT. Let me just say, I do until I don't, because it tends to argue with you. But I just ask, what is the basic story in the book of Revelations in the Bible? So for those of you guys that don't know, the basic story includes the vision of Christ. This is the book opening with the glorified version of Christ, who instructs John to write letters to 7 churches in Asia Minor, addressing their strengths and weaknesses. Now, this is ChatGPT's wording, okay? 2, the heavenly throne room. John is taken to a vision where he describes the throne of God and heavenly worship. I want you to remember that, okay? Just took that right there. 3, the scroll and the lamb. A scroll sealed with 7 seals is presented, which only the lamb, representing Christ, can open, leading to a series of judgments on earth. Okay. Did you notice that? So when people are saying that he's opening portals and he's opening actual doors, a door is technically a seal. A door is a seal, especially when he's opening some that they've never been opened before. The 7 seals obviously unleash various events, including the 4 horsemen. Then trumpets and bowls of wrath. Following the seal, 7 trumpets are sounding, bringing further calamities. Eventually, the 7 bowls of God's wrath are poured out, signifying final judgment. Then comes the conflict between good and evil, the second coming and final judgment, and eternal hope. So I asked ChatGPT, because maybe or maybe not at late o'clock in the morning, I have fallen down the rabbit hole of TikTok and YouTube. Thank you both for this. About some of the crazy shit that happens at St. Peter's, and about some of the other things design-wise about St. Peter's. Because when someone pointed out that there are dragons all over St. Peter's, I thought that's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting. Also, the fact that this is the year of the dragon, but going into the year of the snake, I find that interesting. There is also I think 20 or 25 foot throne. The heavenly throne room. Did you see why I said kind of keep that in your little brain for a minute? There is a 20, 25 foot dragon throne in St. Peter's. The heavenly throne room. John is taken to a vision of heaven where he describes the throne of God and heavenly worship. Okay. So there's also a crypt that is going to be open that's never been opened before, plus a prison door that's going to be open that's never been opened before. We're nearing the number 7 very, 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 very quickly. If there's 5 that he's opening this year, plus one that he's never opened before, I mean, and I can't find if the prison door is in addition to the 5, because if the prison door is in addition to the 5, and then this new one is in addition as well, that's 2. 2 plus 5 equals 7. So I want to read you, because I asked ChatGPT, what are the legends of St. Peter's Basilica? Because every church, every holy place, every building at this point in our lifetimes has some weird lore associated with it. The older the building, the more crazy shit's associated. Okay. So here's what ChatGPT told me about the legends at St. Peter's. Now, the first one is obviously the burial place of St. Peter, that this basilica was built over the burial site of St. Peter, one of Jesus's apostles and the first pope. According to tradition, I think that's wrong, ChatGPT, but okay, tradition, he was crucified upside down and buried where the new basilica now stands. Okay. my brain immediately goes to who else uses an upside down cross? Who else uses an upside down, I'm just saying, an upside down crucifix. Who else uses that? Okay, okay. Keep that in your brain. Ready for the next one? The prophesied chair of St. Peter. The chair within the basilica is said to symbolize papal authority and continuity. Words. The legend suggests that this chair was used by St. Peter himself. So are we talking about the 20-foot chair? If we're talking about the 25-foot chair, how tall was St. Peter? Like, was dude like 40 foot tall? Like, I don't understand. Was he 30 foot tall? Like, how tall was St. Peter? If we're talking about a 20-foot throne for someone that was crucified upside down, brain is trying to compute all of this. Is your brain trying to compute all of this? Okay. You ready for this next one? Because this next one made my eyebrow. I did the insane Spock eyebrow with this one, okay? The dome's design itself. The original design for the dome included several legends surrounding its construction. One is that Michelangelo integrated supposed cues from the biblical Tower of Babel. I mean, I'm not a biblical scholar, I'm not a Bible expert, but if I remember correctly, wasn't the Tower of Babel not a good thing? Wasn't it a bad thing? Wasn't it a bad thing? The keys to heaven. The keys held by St. Peter symbolize church authority, are represented in Vatican City, in the Vatican City coat of arms. An accompanying legend suggests that these keys confer spiritual authority over spiritual realms. So these keys were held by St. Peter. St. Peter, who is obviously a very tall man, a giant. He sits on a 20-foot throne and was crucified upside down. Okay. Okay. Apparently, there also is a legend of mysterious singing. They say that it's an angel who sings beautifully within the basilica, particularly when people gather. This next one, however, I am going to dive into a little bit because I kind of want to know if this is really a thing. The wandering statue. Apparently, in St. Peter's Basilica, there is a statue of St. Peter that has been known to change positions or gestures, especially in the response to people of the faith visiting. Okay. And we're opening a door here, and then we're also opening a door that's never been opened. Okay. Okay. So then I got really curious because I wanted to know what are the 7 portals of Revelation in the Bible, because I didn't remember them. It's been a hot minute since I've gone through all of that or been forced to go through all of that. The concept of the 7 portals in relation to the book of Revelation is not explicitly mentioned in the text itself. However, it's often associated with 7 churches in Revelation chapters 2 and 3, which can be viewed as pathways or openings to spiritual insight and accountabilities. Okay. So they're not actually portals, and they're not actually like cute little seals, like wax seals, like you would put on something. They are churches. And the Pope is opening 5, at least, doors in a church. Do you see what I'm saying? Anybody else feeling a little uneasy with this? Is it just me? Is it just me? Is it just me? Is it just me? But it is really, really interesting to me. It's really interesting to me. And then I had to make my brain let go of that, because if this has been going on every 25 years and he openly opens 5, it's almost like we're playing with fire. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like that little kid that you're like, you know, don't touch the stove, it's hot. And then they just keep on, they get closer, they get closer, and they get closer. And eventually they do burn themselves. You know, I don't want to be alive in the time when we're burning ourselves. I'm just saying, I don't. I don't. So I don't know. I am really, really curious what you guys think about this. I love this. Purple Rain said, yeah, playing with fire. REM song is running through my head. End of the world as we know it. I'm curious about opening these doors and what it's going to do to the universe. Share. Yes, me too. Me too, Share. I don't, it makes me uneasy to know that he's opening, and like I said, I can't get the answer if he's opening 1 extra door or 2 extra doors. I've asked, like I said, all of the articles I can find list, let's see, St. Peter's, St. John, St. Mary, look at my poor little nail, St. Mary, St. Paul outside the wall, and then, but I don't know which prison it is. I don't know which prison it is. So that's what I don't understand. Okay? That's what I don't understand. So yeah. And then here's the other thing. The holy doors are located in the Vatican in Rome. They will be unbricked and opened until January 6th of 2025 for the Jubilee year rituals. So now I'm not understanding that either, because some things are saying that he's opening it in this basilica, in here and here and here, but now he's saying that the holy doors are all, I don't understand. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Like, are all these basilicas in the Vatican? I don't know. I just, I'm uncomfortable. But at the same time, like, I have made sure that my house is stocked with food and water and popcorn, because I feel like popcorn is going to be a great treat. Great treat to watch is this. Just saying. But let's move from the Pope to aliens, because that feels like a logical progression right now. Feels logical, right? I mean, I had so many things on my 2024 bingo card, and I feel like at this point, someone double dog dared another person, and we have doubled down on the shit that should or should not be on our 2024 bingo card. And I just, I don't know. It's really interesting. I have looked into the drone aspect, and I've got a story here pulled up on the AP, and it's really interesting too. It's not just one news site or another that's reporting on these drones. It's all of them. Okay. So I was taught that you look at all of the sources and then you brain your brain and you make up your mind. Okay. So I look at all of them. I look at CNN, I look at Fox News, I look at MSN, I look at ABC, I look at the AP, I look at BBC, I look at all the things. I look at Al Jazeera, I look at all the things, okay? Because I want to know, I want to see all of it, and then I want to take like the base of the average of what they're saying. Every single one of them is saying the same fucking thing, that every single government is like, oh, not our drones, we don't know what it is. The military, not ours, we don't know what it is. But at the same time, they're saying, oh, no, it's okay. It's all right. Y'all don't worry about it. Oh, cool. So, I'll have to look at that here in a minute. Apparently, there was a drone that went over one of the Air Force bases, and it caused some shutdowns. Anyway, I like that the president says there appears to be nothing nefarious. There's a lot of unauthorized drones out there. And it just, I don't understand. The thing I don't understand the most, and I've watched all the videos because I get lost on TikTok and YouTube just like y'all do. So I've seen all of the videos. I've seen a whole bunch of videos of the drones shooting things, shooting little things. I've also seen the video of the drone coming into contact with the orb and then spiraling down really quick. My thought is this, and I released a video on this on TikTok the other day, and I haven't put it on YouTube yet, but I will. My brain might have been braining way too fast the other morning, and several things hit me at once. Like, for one, let me make this disclaimer. I love a good conspiracy theory. I love a good conspiracy theory, especially when there are so many believable working parts in it that are proven, okay? If there's a good conspiracy theory and say there's like 7 or 8 believable, traceable, actual fact particles in it, I'm all about it, okay? So the whole theory that the drones are ours and the orbs are not rings kind of true with me. Here's why. So this summer, Mr. Musk decided that he was going to map out and put all these satellites up for Starlink, right? And so I know some of you guys, we saw it here in Oklahoma, saw the green grid over the sky, which that kind of creeped everybody out. And I was like, yes, simulation, where's my fucking cheat code? But nobody around me thought that was funny. I thought it was hilarious. People around me didn't think it was so funny. They're nerds. Not good nerds either. Anyway, so we have satellites. We have this grid for Starlink in place. He obviously is able to see all of the information that this gives him, right? Did you guys know that his brother owns a massive, first of all, did you know Elon Musk had a brother? Second of all, he owns a massive drone entertainment company. And when I say drone entertainment, this is like hundreds and hundreds, possibly thousands of drones that are making these gorgeous displays in the sky. Obviously, you can control all of them with like a couple of little things. Like you would control on a big soundboard for a concert. You could control all of these drones. Okay. And if you notice, the sightings all started in certain areas where they would get the most attention, the most news coverage, etc. So all over the East Coast and very densely populated areas, in certain areas of the UK, very densely populated areas where they're gonna get noticed. People are gonna kind of freak out a little bit, and it's gonna go crazy on social media because it has. Now, what I think is really interesting is that they're seeing some of these come in and out of the ocean. Not very long ago, Mr. Musk launched something that crashed into the ocean, into this very area where they're seeing a lot of these drones. Like, do you follow me here? Are you connecting the dots? Is your little red wire connecting the dots here? So you not only have someone who has the capability, the money, the time, and the technology to have all of these drones put into place, but he also has a sibling who owns the drones, and then also conveniently had a rocket crash in the same area of the ocean that these drones are coming in and out of. And these are starting to move more and more across the United States. Okay, all of that is like too many factual things that can be proven. The thing that I think they can't prove are these orbs. And the fact that there's video circulating of one of the drones going up to an orb, something happening, and the drone spiraling really quickly like that tells me that the orbs are the more powerful thing. I also watched all of the shit this summer where the US government came out and said, yes, there are aliens. Yes, they've been here for a while. Yes, we know about them. Blah, blah, blah. The rest is, you can't know the rest. Okay. They also do all of these experiments in Antarctica. Now, this is where we get a little bit of not a stretch, but I firmly believe, we're going to pause for just a minute. I firmly believe that movies are paralleling and preparing us for things, okay? Because if you guys look at a massive amount of alien movies that have come out. Massive amount. Everything from the Alien franchise to Paul. What was the one? Batteries Not Included to Predator. You know what I mean? Like the whole crazy sides of the spectrum. Then you have shows like Star Trek. We're going to talk about Star Wars too, but Star Trek that blew up. There are so many spin-off shows and movies from the original Star Trek creation. So if you guys don't know, and we talked about this the other night, but in the Star Trek universe, the reason that Earth got discovered and got brought into everything is because we launched a ship up and it hit warp speed, and the Vulcans saw it and went, okay, we should talk to them now. We've been firing some crazy, crazy things out into space lately, and this is something that's easily provable, right? Something way the fuck out there. We have these crazy ass telescopes everywhere that are seeing further than they've ever seen before. They're catching glimpses of some weird shit. What's to say nothing caught a glimpse of our telescope back and was like, we should go talk to them? I'm just saying. We also have so much shit going on Earth right now that if aliens were coming this way, if they've already mastered space travel and they were coming this way, would it not be feasible to assume that they already either are picking up television, radio, etc.? They see what's going on. They know what's going on. If they're the ones sending the orbs here to kind of check everything out, and someone has made the decision that the drones are a good idea to get people used to the idea that maybe there are aliens here. And do you see what I'm saying? I feel like every single bit of this is a ploy. I feel like every single bit of this is a ploy, and I don't like it. No one likes being lied to. You know what I mean? No one likes being lied to. But there's a couple of different historical people in physics and so on that have talked about how the fundamental change or the fall of the United States, this is for educational purposes only, TikTok and YouTube, that the fundamental change of the United States would happen because of a lie. Well, if you have a massive undertaking to make it look like there are aliens when there actually aren't, and so on, and then the aliens got word of this, because if they've been here for a hot minute, then they're like, whoa, 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 this was not us. Y'all are doing this to yourselves. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I have a lot of popcorn. I have a lot of popcorn ready to fucking go. A lot of popcorn ready to go. But I'm curious what you guys think. I'm going to go through and look at some of the comments both on YouTube and Insecure Aliens. I mean, if I knew somebody was lying about me, I would, I don't know. I mean, been there, done that. Been there, done that. But I don't know. You have a bug out bag. Interesting. What's up, Peachy? What's up? Steven Spielberg had a one-on-one conversation with Alec Hynek from Project Blue Book. Interesting. I see all these things that come across TikTok and YouTube. And here's the thing, guys. Y'all tag me in a lot of stuff on TikTok, and don't get me wrong, please keep tagging me in that shit because I love it. But I saw a thing the other day where someone was like, "Oh, the ship from the Philadelphia project has reappeared and it's now here and blah blah blah." So then I was like, "Wait, what?" So let me go research this. So the Philadelphia project, if you guys don't know, I promise this all is going somewhere. The Philadelphia project, if you guys don't know, was an experiment by the United States Navy in 43, I think, 1943. They were trying to make their ships invisible. Well, they just said that the experiment didn't work, and they ended up selling that ship. I can't remember the name of it right now, so please forgive me. But they ended up selling that ship to Greece, and then in 1992, it was scrapped. Okay, so the ship's been sold for scrap. So ship exists no more. But there's a lot of myths and a lot of craziness surrounding the Philadelphia project. There is a belief that it did work, that they did make the ship invisible, but when they made the ship invisible, they also had, when it came back into, existence, because they don't think that they just made it invisible. They think that they actually pulled it out of space-time. It jumped ahead, jumped behind, whatever. They say that it jumped not only into another dimension, but then time traveled 15 minutes back at another port. And they say that there were sailors that when the ship reappeared, that they were part of the ship, that they were embedded in the metal of the ship. Okay. Now, my belief would be that even no matter which one of those stories is true, that shit really did happen. They really did jump around in time. They went out of the space-time bubble, whatever. Or it didn't work and they just decided to sell the fucking ship. There's a lot of interesting things in that metal. You cannot do an experiment to try and make something invisible that interferes with the way all of the atoms in the cells of the metal itself coexist with each other and not have fundamentally changed something with the metal. If you were able to, let's say it did happen. Let's go with this did happen theory, that they did manage to make it jump out of space-time and jump backwards in time. First of all, if that actually happened and there were people embedded in the metal, there's no way in fucking hell they're selling that ship to another country. There's no way in hell. What they would do would be to scrap it immediately, hide it, etc. No one would ever have seen that ship again. Okay? Or I could see them cutting out those parts, putting in new parts, etc. But still, I 100% doubt that they would have put it to, given it to another country, sold it to another country. So let's say it did work. And now there are scraps of that ship floating around here and there, because you don't know what that ship was scrapped for. Was it scrapped for parts for other ships? Was it melted down and made into other things? See where I'm going with this? And if it was melted down and made into other things, where was it melted down and made into other things? And what other things was it made into? And how many people took little pieces of that ship home? Because we all know that shit happens. How many people took pieces of that ship home? So how many actual unmodified pieces of that ship are floating around? Even if the experiment was a bust and didn't happen at all, they ran all kinds of stuff through the metal of that ship. Again, how many people took pieces of that ship home? How many pieces of that scrap are out there made into other things? Do you see what I'm saying? Is your brain really working now? Are you going to Google buying a piece of that as soon as you get off here? Are you going to Google it? I'm just saying. All of the stuff that has been done since the 30s, 40s, all of the craziness with remote viewing, with supercomputers, with AI, with the Philadelphia Project, with all of this stuff, I think that it's crazy how we went so far. Like somebody made a turn somewhere, and instead of going, we should probably like double back and like get on the road we're supposed to be on, we just kept going down that road. Like we just kept going down that road. And now here we are. We're somehow in a universe where the Pope has been opening these crazy doors every 25 years. We have drones and weird orbs floating around overhead all the time. Aliens are real. The Earth is shooting green lasers out of its butthole of Antarctica. And there is possibly a parallel universe in Antarctica as well, or that's where it touches our universe, where time is running backwards. Yeah. And that's just a little. That's just a little bit. That's just a little bit. It just Amanda Starry Night, I feel like you need a crime scene map and string and markers. I mean, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong, Amanda. I don't think you're wrong. So it's just interesting. It's just interesting. One of the things that I have always believed, I knew that was coming. Sorry, TikTok. One of the things that, there we go. One of the things I've always believed is that real life is stranger than any fiction. Real life is stranger than any fiction. If y'all have followed me for any length of time on TikTok, especially TikTok, then y'all have heard me say, you can't make this shit up. You can't. I will take real life over fiction any day because it's scarier. People are weirder. People are scarier. There's so much that we don't know about the universe. There's so much that we took a wrong turn following the log truck. Oh, you're wrong for that comment. Who said that? Willow, you're wrong for that. You're wrong for that comment. If y'all knew how many times just in the last year that Sass and I were traveling somewhere and saw a fucking log truck and both went nope and got off the highway or something. I mean, no, you're not. No, that's not far off. That's not far off, but you're wrong for that comment. You're wrong for that comment. And just, I can't even with you. I can't even with you. That's fucking, we're friends. We're friends. Same fucked up humor. We're friends. We're friends. Yeah, I think there's been almost every, Sass, correct me if I'm wrong, but almost every single damn time we've been on a trip, we have encountered a log truck. Even places where, like, where are you even coming from? Like, where are you even coming from? You know what I mean? Where are you even coming from? Yeah. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. I really, really do love it. I can't complain. So if y'all missed my big announcements on Monday, I just want to reiterate a couple of those. If you guys don't know, if you're new to following me, new to my channel on YouTube or whatever, you should be following your favorite creators everywhere. I don't care if you're a TikTok person or not. You should be following your favorite creators everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Book of Faces, all the stuff. And second, the big announcement that I made on Monday is that Sass is joining the Bodhiverse. This will be after the new year, but Sass is joining the Bodhiverse. And if y'all don't know Sass, she's my bestest friend. We've had some very interesting travels, very interesting times. We've had some very interesting experiences and so on and so forth. And so we'll be doing some chatting and some talking and so on. It should be A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Drones over the Fort Worth Air Force Base today. Yeah, that's a little too close. I don't know about that. But with SAS joining the podcast, I decided that it was time to start releasing a lot more videos and photos and so on that we have taken over the last couple years. SAS has been traveling with me since 2023. Like, she's been, no, 2022. Oh, like fall of 2022. SAS has been traveling with me. There's a lot of footage. Some of y'all have been around long enough to have seen our live investigation from the Arlington in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Some of the other crazy places we've been, crazy places we've stayed, etc. Ooh, hang on. Hold on, TikTok. I'm going to scoot you over a minute. I love Sophie. We're friends. Sophie on YouTube said, we just don't know what world we are living in. Real, fake. What about the galaxy? What about other realities? What about the net? What about AI? Who and what we are? Oh, we're friends. Sophie, we're friends. We're friends. Is the Bodhiverse on Spotify, or is it going to be on Spotify? Yes. I'm working on getting all 4 seasons put over onto Spotify so you guys can enjoy it there. Right now, all of them are on YouTube and you can enjoy all of them. That's going to keep going off. I might be on my second cup of coffee for today. But, yeah. Have y'all seen there's a couple of videos out about it. There's also some articles that now that we have this supercomputer, this quantum supercomputer that Google has designed, they believe that it is going to skyrocket AI, that within 10 years, and I want you to think about it. Now, a lot of times people think, oh, a decade, 10 years, that's a long way off. It isn't. It isn't. Because I don't know about y'all, but time has been going way too fucking fast lately. But they're predicting that we're going to have a super AI in 10 years. That terrifies me. It terrifies me. I grew up with the Terminator series. So this is how you get Skynet. We already have Skynet. It's too late. We already have Skynet. But we're going to have super AI within 10 years. AI is already taking people's jobs. It's already wiping the need for human responses out. If I was still a freelance writer, there's no way I would have a job. I used to be a freelance writer when the internet first became a thing. I wrote a fuck ton of shit, articles, books, papers, etc. AI does all that now. There are still some people that write the old-fashioned way, write the hard way, but AI pretty much does all of that. There are a ton of jobs that AI is taking. And I also find it interesting that people have asked AI several times about what AI thinks humanity's greatest threat is. Well, of course, what do you think AI says? Humans. If we're our greatest threat and AI is supposed to protect the planet, protect, life, then what? I'm just saying. So, it ought to be interesting. I was going to talk about Yule and some of the Yule tide tales this evening, and I decided that some of this real life shit, not that some of the Yule tide tales aren't, based on real life shit, but I decided that some of the real life shit was a little more crazy and entertaining. So that's why I went with this. But it doesn't mean that I may not jump on for a special edition of the Bodhiverse, especially since next week is Christmas. Should be Should be interesting. Should be interesting. Should be interesting. Yeah. But with that, I'm going to let you guys go over here on YouTube, and I hope you guys join us every Wednesday for the Bodhiverse. Well, for now, we're probably switching to Tuesdays, but I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right. See you guys on YouTube tomorrow.